Welcome back to this week's episode of the Corde Snell Show. I'm the guy, Corde Snell, and we're back for an amazing podcast. I think it's episode 20. Hell yeah. What up, Jared?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. What up, Noah?
What's going on?
Hey, man, you back after 2 weeks. How's it been?
Pretty good.
Yeah, how's the work life going?
Terrible.
Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah. How's the paycheck, though?
It was good.
There we go. See, that's what it is. That's what it is. Noah just got a job recently. So you've been working these last 2 weeks, so he hasn't been here. But that paycheck, when it, that's what it is. When that people like, man, fuck, why am I doing all this kind of stuff? And you get paid like, oh, okay, I can do this. All right. So we was talking off camera before we started. Are you a Sexy Red fan, Noah?
Not really, to be honest. But she's cool.
She's cool.
She's
okay.
cool.
Well, you said like because Theo Von was trying to fuck her, and you was like upset that she didn't date black dudes.
Yeah.
I mean white dudes.
Yeah, because that just means like I'm probably off the table.
Probably off the table. You never know, man. You kind of weird, kind of quirky. You might be a little.
Maybe she's into the weird.
A little weird.
Sounds like it's like you don't want to go to the party, but you don't want to not be invited.
Exactly.
There we go. FOMO, the fear of missing out. Hell yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Speaking of that, let's transition to Hawk 2. Shout out to the Hawk 2 girl going viral and stuff like that. He's like, you gotta spit on that thing. Hell yeah. That is that is super funny. Like, it's funny going viral or just like showing how to please a man. That is funny as hell. And then I've been seeing chicks be like, no dude likes that. But then every dude is like, yes, we do. Yes, we hella do. That is funny as hell. I think she's like just really blowing up right now. And it's super funny because I think it's dope that, some chicks get it. Like, I'll be watching those like random, hey, like, so what would you do to like entertain a guy, or what would you do like to have sex with a guy, or like rate me from like 10. Like, I always watch those videos, and they always on Facebook too. That seems like that's like the main thing. Walking to people asking random stories. So to see that the Hawk 2 girl's blowing up, then her dad kind of got upset because she was like, oh, we're like a Christian family. Like I'm her father. I'm I think a preacher. I think that's what they call it in white church and stuff like that. So it's like very disappointing. And then she responded, he just mad because he not as popular as me, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. So hell yeah, it is cool. Cause like it's always funny because you always hear about like church girls are usually the most freakiest because they usually be like held down. You can't do this, you can't do that. So it's like daughters of a pastor, the freakiest. So that's always, yeah. Because, you be like, wait till marriage. And they get to college and they be Hawk 2ing everywhere. So hell yeah, that is.
Because they're still waiting till marriage.
Yeah, still waiting to marriage. Or what's the one where Mormons do where they just sinking? Soaking. Yeah, it's like, I'm just gonna be in you, but I ain't gonna move. I would have did a little wiggle.
Yeah, they pay people to shake the bed for them.
Yeah. Oh, that's what they do?
Yeah.
Oh.
So the way it works is, you insert and you say that you dock.
Yeah.
But then you pay a friend to basically shake the bed for you, so you can say, "Oh, I didn't do that.
I didn't do that." Yeah. It's all these like ways around it that you can kind of say. And it just shows that like teenagers, young adults are horny as hell and they want to have sex, but then there's all this like religion against it. It's like, don't have sex. But then there's the funniest thing to me is when parents be like, don't do this, don't do that. But then they might have a kid out of wedlock. So it's like all these other stuff like, oh, I had sex before marriage and that's why you shouldn't do it. And it was like, no, don't try to restrict me. Just tell me like how to be like more safe, which is always funny because it's like, or like you ever see like I'm a virgin in the front, but on the back, what chicks say, you ever hear that growing up? Yeah. So it's always so many ways around it. Like the soaking thing, I was like, I knew it was more to it. Like I know it's more because you can't just be sitting there just like don't move. Don't like it just.
But also, you die, you go to heaven, and God goes, "Hey, good job with the soaking thing. That was clever." Like, is he really gonna count that?
No, exactly.
You got me there.
Yeah, exactly. It's like all these loopholes that kids try to do, or like teenagers like, well, he didn't say like, well, technically because I didn't do it. Yeah, but you paid somebody to move the bed, but I didn't move the bed. God, ain't that right, God? Ain't that right? Like, you pulled a fast one on me. No, that's not what he's gonna be thinking. That's not what he's gonna be doing. So yeah, weird shit. Hell yeah. I just got back from LA. Going again this upcoming week too. Went to the Comedy Store, which was amazing. It was dope as hell to see. It's dope as hell to run into a bunch of other comedians who you know and you love, who are working there, are past there, and then they're also like door guys too. Because if you don't know, at the Comedy Store, to get past there, everyone becomes a door guy, and it's kind of like the rite of passage. You work there, you do a bunch of stuff, like you get seen by the booker, you're at the club constantly, you're meeting like national touring headliners, and things like that. So it's like super dope to be there and then see your friends working. And also the dopest part was like, oh, what's up, Corde? What's up, Corde? So like I'm known by a bunch of the LA comics, and they're just like, you live here now? You live here now? And I'm like, no, I'm just visiting, but I'm gonna move down here. Like, it was like, okay, yeah, that's hella dope. So. And then I saw Craig Robinson while I was there, and then it was just super dope because like, I'm just like, dang, I was like, this really is why LA is super hard, because like I'm hanging out the Comedy Store. Craig Robinson is just coming to get some food. Then I saw Andrew Satino, and then I saw Bobby Lee, and then just a few other people. And then I went to the Hollywood Improv the next day because I was trying to get up on the mic there. I didn't. Plus, other booker was like, come back next week. So that's why I'm going again this upcoming week. I go back to the Comedy Store, and me and my homie, shout out to Corey Showtime, we chilling, and then we like looking for parking. He was like, man, I'm gonna do one more roundabout. If we don't find a parking spot, we gonna dip back to the house. I was like, man, cool. I was like, I mean, I'm kind of tired, so it's whatever. Found a parking spot, walked to the Comedy Store. I was like, dang, kind of want to go home. I'm a little tired. It's been a long day, right? And then as we're walking in, and I was just like, I see a guy from a distance. I was like, that guy look like Martin Lawrence. And I ain't Martin Lawrence. And then I get, and somebody was like, that guy look like Martin Lawrence. He's like, yeah, but that's not him. Then get closer up. I was like, oh shit, that is Martin Lawrence, right? I'm like, oh snap. It's like, and he's like, you think he's going up? And there's like 6 people around him. I'm like, hell yeah, he's going up. Because he was just standing there awkwardly, just like looking and like kind of waiting and anticipating. Say, hey, make sure that. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, he's definitely going up. And I'm not one of those people who say nothing to somebody, because I found out that Martin Lawrence is very shy off the stage and off the camera. That's why usually Will Smith leads every interview like with a Bad Boys one, because he's like, I mean, I don't know, but I'm super shy. But it's like a difference when you're on stage. You turn it on stage, turn it off stage, right? So I'm sitting there waiting. We get seated. 2 minutes later, I see the same people who was waiting outside coming inside. And I'm like, oh, he was like, so we got a special guest. We got a guy who's been in a ton of movies, skilled up for Martin Lawrence. I was like, yeah. I was like, this is what LA is about. Hell yeah. It was dope as hell. It was funny because he literally said, I ain't been on stage in a few years. And I was wondering how long that has been. I think might have been like 5 or 6 years for him. So there's a little bit of rust there. Then my homie says, he's like, this is like watching Jerry Rice on the Seahawks. Oh. He said the Broncos at first. I was like, nah, the Seahawks. He's like, why the Seahawks? I was like, because Jerry Rice got cut from the Broncos. Oh. Well, because he was like 43 at that point, and he had like a heel injury, and like those routes just wasn't as crisp as it used to be, right? When he was on the Seahawks, he was still, I remember he burned somebody deep. He burned like a young corner deep. And I'm like, how did Jerry Rice burn you deep? He's 42. He's like, I think he was like 41, 42 and a half at the time or something like that. But it was hella fun. I was like, nah, he on the Seahawks. He was like, why the Seahawks? I was like, because he still scored 4 touchdowns. And I think he had like a game where he had like 100 and some yards too. So, which is funny. So I'm just like, still productive, still doing stuff out there, but it's just not as dominant as it used to be, because he started off kind of rocky. He was doing some jokes, and I was just kind of like, I was like, dang. I was like, I realized how being off stage can really rust you. You know, I can really be not as sharp, not as quick-witted, and you going through stuff. Because I know Martin, I think he has his tours coming up. I think it starts in August. So I'm like, oh, he going to be doing this a lot, popping in like Comedy Store, popping into other spots, and just like getting up and working on stuff. Because I think he did like 25 minutes. I was loving every minute of it. But it was definitely, you can see like, okay, the rust is there. Because he's mostly acting or he's out of the scene, you know? So I'm just like, okay. And I think he said he's 56. So I'm like, his age is up there too. So I'm just like, okay. But then it was like a point where he hit like a stride for like 5 to 7 minutes. And I was like, there we go. Now it's like when you see like a GOAT or like a really dude who's like, damn, he used to be so dominant back in his time. And then it's like that moment of when they lock in and they just get themselves through it. Like that part was GOAT. I was like, there it is. And it was super dope to see a GOAT tap into that. Because I was like, well, what part would everything gonna come together? And I saw that happen. And it was like, I was laughing. My homie was laughing for like a good 5 to 7 minutes out of like the other stuff that you could tell he was literally working on. Like he'll say this, set it up, think about it, work on it. And then he'll just add his like quick little like twitches to it, kind of edit it on the spot. And that was dope to see, like, because you could literally see like a GOAT of yours working shit out. And then I was like, damn, still got it at 57. Like it took you a minute to get there, but when you got in the pocket, like man, that was dope to see. And then now his tours, he don't headline it, he hosts it, because he hosted when he was in Def Jam Def Jam in the 90s. So I'm like, okay, so this is why he's working his stuff out. He's quick twitching. Also, this lady was going insane for like the first 5 minutes of his set. She was like, "Oh my God, you're so sexy." He's like, "Huh? Like, girl, I ain't sexy. I ain't, what you mean, girl? I'm over here. I can barely move nowadays. What you talking about?" He's like, "You look so good." He was like, "No, I don't." It was just super funny to see it. And then everybody like kind of just lost their shit, you know, when he came in. And then like he got like a standing ovation, of course, when he walks out. And things like that. I was like, "Hey, y'all take care of him, man. That man's a GOAT. Please take it." He was like, "Thank you, young brother." I was like, "Yeah, hey, he did good," you know. So it was dope to see. And yeah, and then it was funny because a comedian had to follow that. He was like, "Well, I'm just a guy you might have seen in a few scenes."
Yeah, that's a tough follow.
Yeah.
Even if the set wasn't that great, that's a tough follow.
Yeah, and it was like it was weird because like it wasn't a great set, but it was still like the aura and everything was still there. The quickness of certain parts was still there. Like to see your idol up on stage, it was like a surreal moment. A surreal moment. And then you give him grace because he just came off the Bad Boys 4, which is a fucking amazing. And then we don't know the last time he did stand up like that. And so it's just like you really give him grace because you're like, this is a GOAT. So it'd be like, all right, like, okay, where his mind at? What he doing? And he had like a few old jokes. Like he did a joke about planking. And I was like, whoa. Like, I was like, it's like, nobody plank no more. But you could just try to see like where he was trying to feel stuff out at, you know? And then he was like doing like topical stuff that happened. Like this thing happened over like the years stuff. So I'm like, it seems like a collection of like maybe from 2000 to currently. And because I'm like, oh, he probably wasn't on stage. Because, you know, if you older, more risk to like kind of things like that. And then plus, if you can just do a movie for 20, 30 million, well, I ought to do stand up. But then he started doing his own tour, stuff like that a few years back. So I'm like, yeah, it was dope. So, yeah.
So I got to ask, did you go to a music festival or the hospital?
Oh, nah, I didn't. So I went to see Ali Sadiq yesterday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I do
the Fox Theater.
Yeah,
At the Fox Theater.
Yeah, the Fox.
Oakland,
I thought you said Cobb's Theater. I was like, Cobb's ain't got no theater. But yeah, at the Fox Theater, it was super dope. Love going to see him, especially because he's about to drop 2 more specials, or he's about to record them in October. So I guess he's probably going to drop them probably like in January or something like that. And I'm just like, this man is super dope. I watched his entire thing, and I only heard like one joke that I've heard before. I think he did 90 minutes, and I only heard one joke that he did before, like in a previous special. So it was still dope to see. I was like, God, this dude has like a breadth of just like storytelling of jokes. Like it's super good. So one is like just like regular drinking, and another one was like I had bought like for a special entry into this like little lounge and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm treating myself. So yeah, it was super dope. And I'm just like, I was like, damn, this dude is great. And then usually I go to things like that because you always want to see your GOATs. Like I saw Martin Lawrence for free on a Tuesday, saw Ali Sadiq on a Friday. And I was like, I go there to try to see and just like tell myself, like if I keep grinding, if I keep working, I could do the same kind of a thing. And then I see that, I'm just like in awe like of everything that's going on. I'm like, man, to like pack a theater or to be able to book theaters, like because I think his opener said he was like on 100 theater tour, and I was like, damn, like God, if you could just give me the grace for that same thing to happen, like I wish that same thing could happen as well. And so I just make like little things to myself about little notes that I'm watching them to. So it's weird because sometimes like I usually do this while the opener's up. Like I listen to them, like, okay, let me see. Like I'm judging the opener, then I'm also like, damn, this is a dope ass theater. Like
the Fox Theater's beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It is one of the coolest theaters in the Bay Area.
And I was like, damn, this is gorgeous. Because I know I watched Chris Rock at the Paramount, and that's like it's still nice, but the Fox is definitely like a lot more like nicer. And it's funny because they're both down the street from each other. Like the Fox looks amazing from the outside. Paramount doesn't look as good, but like inside it's like kind of cool stuff like that. But the Fox just has like this layout, just makes it look everything.
Dude, I would love to take Nathan Mushrooms, just hang out in the Fox Theater.
I bet.
Incredible.
I bet you would.
Incredible.
Is that a ghost?
Exactly. Well, dude, those big Buddha statues in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they got some wisdom in there.
That's why I kept looking at those things. I was like, damn, that's a nice little thing. I was like, damn, was this an opera house before? Was this kind of a And then I was like, OSAP comedy. Like
I know. I saw Eric Andre there, which was such a weird thing because Eric Andre's comedy in the Fox, the beautiful Fox theater.
Yeah. That is super weird.
Like spraying people with ranch.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, this is incredible.
I would never go to an Eric Andre show and sit up front. Also, I don't think I'll probably go to an Eric Andre show unless somebody gave me free tickets because I was just like, not my style of comedy. And then like I hear what he's be doing and I'm just like, y'all like this shit? But it's, hey.
Dude, it's like, it's the definition of alternative comedy.
Yeah, definition. Yeah.
I love it, but I get it. It's not for everyone. I don't try to push on everyone.
Yeah, I know. One of my homies, he's like, yo, I bought tickets to a sold out Eric Andre show. I was like, I was judging him so much. He's like, nah. He's like, I know, but I'm a huge fan. I was like, all right, get it. And then that's like him and Steve-O, I feel like are in the same realm of kind of stuff. But Eric Andre has like, he's an actual comedian. Steve-O got into comedy, a difference of things. I feel like they should tour together a lot. Because I remember I watched Steve-O's comedy special, if you could call it that. And I was like, okay, this is funny because you're humiliating yourself. You're doing shit from Jackass. But I'm like, these ain't jokes.
Yeah, I've never seen Steve-O's stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, do you ever watch the show I Think You Should Leave on Netflix, the sketch show with Tim Robinson from SNL? Very similar comedian to Eric Andre. Okay. It's a very awkward humor. Uh-huh. I think it's fucking hilarious, but I know that it's not for everyone. It's almost like, I don't like Eric Andre's stand-up, so to speak. Yeah. It was fun because it was a live taping of the Eric Andre show. Yeah. So I was like, I'll go to that. Yeah. Although he did. I just showed Noah. He has a great bit about being mistaken for Key and Peele, except the person thought Key and Peele was one person, thought his name was Kean Peele. So a guy walked up and said, "Oh my God, can I get a picture with you? I love your show." And he goes, "Yeah, sure." He take a picture. He goes, "Holy shit, guys, I just got a picture with Key and Peele."
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I thought the same thing. I'm not gonna lie. And then I saw two people. I was like, because it's a Chappelle show, so I just thought it was like one long Key and Peele. Like, okay, that's one person. It's like, oh, those two guys. I'm like, was two guys? Yeah. Have you watched the show? I was like, no, I didn't. Obviously, I didn't watch the show. So yeah, that's funny as hell. But I would go to like Eric Andre's show. Seems like a type of show that I watch. Cause I've seen like, I know Hannibal Buress is on there like a few different times. I know he would interview people.
Yeah, he was the co-host for a couple seasons.
And he would fuck with people like that. That seems funny to me to see. Like, so a celebrity comes on the show, doesn't know what's going to happen. It seems like Punk live, but show like.
That was the whole premise. He said, I wanted to have a fake reality or a fake late night show where I just harassed my guest for 3 hours.
Love it. Love that concept. I wish he would got all the Kardashians on there. Just fuck with everybody just so you don't like. I wish Kanye would have went on there. He was like, so how's the divorce? How is it that you don't see your children at all?
Dude, the only guest that out-weirded Eric Andre was Dennis Rodman. Oh, they could not punk him. They were like, there were rats running on the stage. Yeah. They threw Skittles out. He just ate the Skittles off the floor. Come on now. He gave no shit. Like, it's such a great episode to watch because Eric is doing his damnedest to break Dennis, and Dennis ends up breaking Eric.
You know how many stories they talk about Dennis Rodman all the time? Like, Dennis Rodman is one of those weird characters who's just like super freakishly athletic. Like, he didn't enter the league till he was like 25.
Right. Yeah.
And then he played, I think, till he was like 43. So he started, I think it was like 86, 87, and then played up until probably like 2003. That's hella long shelf life. And that dude partied all the fucking time too. Like
before the finals.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's the type of guy he is. And I get it too. Like, some people can't just lock in and like just focus on this kind of stuff. And like some people lock in by being away. It's kind of like, I need a break. I need to go here, and when I come back, I'm going to be recharged.
Like John Jones, the fighter.
Exactly.
John Jones, one of the greatest pound-per-pound fighters ever, and would do cocaine and party right before the fight and still beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, the whole week before the fight, he would just do hella coke.
Yeah, that's why it's a drug problem.
Exactly.
But still one of the greatest too. Like, and it's funny because he's still one of the greatest fighters, but he always gets suspended and come back, and you can tell like it's a little off. It's like he's not as sharp as he used to. Like, he'll win a fight, but it's more of a struggle than him just dominating people beforehand. And I'm just like, damn, we missed out. Because then he like have a fight, but he had missed like a year and a half, 2 years. And
Noah would know.
Yeah, and still beat the guy.
Yeah, so he was gone for like 3 years, came back to heavyweight, the weight class above, and then he beat the guy in like half a round.
There you go.
So he's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like beat you in half a round, but it's like probably could have beat you in 10 seconds. Like little shit like that. Like yeah, this was a good fight. He's still like dominant, but it's like damn, that 3 years of greatness we missed because I beat you in half a round. So like how many other dudes' asses would he have been kicking the entire time if he could just stop doing coke before fights?
Well, you never know because the fight before that, people think he lost that fight, but they still gave it to him.
Okay, that might have been the fight I saw. I think where it was kind of like the warm up one, and it was kind of close. It was like a back and forth more, right?
With Dominic Reyes, yeah, it was very back and forth.
Yeah.
It was a split decision, so you know. Yeah. Never know.
And then the next fight, he was like, "Oh, y'all thought this was a game. Y'all thought this was
Exactly.
y'all thought this was a game." And it was okay. Well, my bad. Sorry to doubt you. Yeah, he probably didn't do coke and shit before that fight. Hell yeah. But yeah, senior greats, you got to do it, man. It's super dope to see. Ali Sadiq is fucking incredible. The week before, I didn't even mention this last week on the pod. I went and saw Mike Epps. And that was like a super dope show. And he's very energetic. Super funny too. I only heard one, like, so I watch a lot of comedy, especially like growing up. I don't watch it as much now. And I only heard one joke. It was like, he's like, everybody call me Day Day. And when I'm gonna stop being Day Day? Never. Like, so it's funny because Chris Rock, I remember, said this. He's like, Mike Epps is a better comedian than I am. He's all over the stage. He's super energetic. He's super energetic. He's like, but I choose better jokes than him. He's like, but his performance is better. And I was like, oh shit. So I'm watching, I'm like, okay, cool. Like it was dope to see him. He had two openers. It was hella funny. I think I saw his first opener. Who was like the host. I was like, oh shit, I remember this dude like long time ago. It was like BT, HBO. And I was like, oh, it was like a dude who I grew up on like watching Comic View. And that was like a dope ass experience too. And like, once again, I'm in this theater or casino in Santa Rosa. I'm just like, damn. Dude, he sold this out. Then he had a second show that sold out, and he's like, man, I wish I was rich like Cat Williams. He's like, I sure want to be at this grading casino. And it's like funny you shitting on it, but at the same time, you making a ton of money. So it's like kind of funny because he's like, I didn't want to be here. I wanted to be at the Oakland Coliseum, and I'm like, I mean, there is levels to it. I'm like, so yeah I definitely get. I would want to be at the Oakland Coliseum too versus grading.
You got to be as funny as Burt Kreischer to do Coliseums, guys. Come on, don't you know? The pain in your face when I said that.
Yeah.
Biggest arena act in the country, guys.
The what?
He is. Unfortunately, that is the case.
Why unfortunately, Jared? Talk more about it.
I'm not an alcoholic father, so I just don't know how to relate.
It's funny to hear that because I heard like clubs love him. Well, when he was doing clubs, now he's doing fucking arenas. Like clubs used to love him because they would always know and expect that they was either his crowds might get a little rowdy, but they was always gonna be drinking a fuck ton. So like the bar staff knew they was gonna be making like a shit ton of money because like it's usually two drink minimum. So that he'd be chugging stuff on stage. He would tell people to buy him stuff, and he would like so it'd just be constant drinks going and stuff like that. But he was always tell them to don't get too belligerent, and then he would tip the staff hella well because he knew he would sell it out. And I think also he had like he started doing like deals on how many drinks. Like I get a portion of the drinks because he kept encouraging everybody the whole weekend, drink more, drink. No, we're gonna fucking drunk, or we're gonna fucking. And so
that's where his real genius is, though, as a showman.
Yeah.
Understanding the show business.
Yeah.
He makes things very profitable, which is why, even though he's not the funniest guy in the world, God, he'll always sell out everything.
That's what Jared said. Jared said he wasn't the funniest person. I didn't say that shit at all. I didn't say that at all.
That's okay. I think most of the internet will agree with me too.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. It's different forms of comedy. You like whatever you like. I'll just say that.
Look at this PC motherfucker.
Well, I know people who go on tour with him, so that's why you ain't gonna block my blessing. That's why. So that's why. Because my homie Mark Smalls, who just announced his tour, he went on tour with him as well. So that's why, and he took him like all around the country, all around the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
the Fully Loaded tour right now has got Mark Norman, Stavros on there. Like Tony Hinchcliffe just did it too. Everybody's getting in on that tour.
It's a fuck ton of people, dude.
Oh, I think Nikki Glaser was on it too.
Dope. Yep. Yeah. So it's like dope. Like that's like when you see stuff like that, that's the things like that I can't imagine like how to get to that standpoint. Like I want to get to going from a one-nighter to having weekend stuff to eventually doing theaters to then eventually doing like, you know, like stadiums, right? Or is it stadiums? What is it? Like, do you call like a basketball, like arenas? Arenas, because arenas and the stadiums is like baseball parks or something like that, like football parks. So like that's like the ultimate level. And then to have sold out stadium tour where I'm bringing this person, like that's a whole like, like shout out to Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz ticket just went on sale in San Jose, and he's doing, I think he's on the stadium, not a stadium. He's doing the arena in San Jose because I'm like, they don't have a basketball team, so he's doing the arena in San Jose in November. And I was like, fuck, should I get my ticket now? Like, kind of like, you know, but then I'm also like budgeting too. Like, I can't buy like every person's ticket, but I'm like, maybe, like, let me see how it is, kind of things like that. So it just depends. But to get to that level, it's like what you all want. Like, you know, like you said, like, he's not the funniest person in the world, but to figure out, to market yourself, to be able to sell tickets, and also to bring your homies and just have a good ass time with all people, it's like what we want. And that's why I never like to talk negative or like anything like that, because it's just like that's what we want. Like, as a comedian, that's what we want. That's what you want to see. And the rarity for that to happen is like up there. Like Ali Sadiq backed out the Fox Theater. Bert Kreischer's doing stadiums, right? Like, kind of a thing. But then Ali Sadiq just elevated to theaters from comedy clubs. Like, he was selling out comedy clubs. And I think I saw him. I think after I saw him at Cobb's the last time, I think like a month later, he announced his theater tour. I was like, oh shit. And I remember somebody said, it was like, oh yeah, I better see Ali Sadiq now because he's about to start doing theaters. 2 weeks later, doing theaters. So I was like, damn. And I'm like, okay, well, how do I get to theater from just like maybe getting blessed with the chance to do a one-nighter at my home club in San Jose Improv, October 23rd. I'll be headlining the San Jose Improv quickly. So to go from that, it's like marketing, knowing the business, and kind of like, sometimes it's kind of luck too. Like, we think about Matt Rife, who had a sold out stadium tour or whatever tour. Like, I don't even know how big it was, but I just know it was like worldwide and it was like all sold out. So I think it was theaters. Was it theaters or stadiums?
I think it's probably the theater level.
Yeah, theater level, yeah. But that's like fucking amazing because he made $22 million off that last year.
He really, I mean, his act can't do an act, like thing that big because he does a lot of crowd work, right? It has to be somewhat small so we can talk to the people.
Sure, yeah, so yeah. But that's still a dope ass level too, because it was like second show at it, third show at it. And I remember just him like just with the mic, and it was just like second show at it, sold out, second show at it, second show, third show, and I'm just like, yo. And when I saw stuff like that, and I was like, damn, this must be super tiring, but I would love to see it. And then, you know, the one thing I always thought about that, I was like, I don't know if I would always do meet and greets, because like, I'm not trying to get sick. And with a huge tour like that, you can get sick. Like, I've lost my voice a few times, like I think twice in like the last 8 to 9 months. And I can't, you know, you can't be doing that. We had a sold out theater tour, you recording all of it. And then he dropped a Netflix special too. So I'm imagining you made $22 million off the road, and then plus off merch, whatever, you know, kind of stuff like that. And the meet and greet's like another like, right? And then you got a Netflix deal too. So that's probably like another 10 to 15, because you ain't gonna give out this material for free. And then I heard he had like a year before, he had an Amazon Prime special. So you got like Amazon Prime, Netflix, you had your own shit that you're making a ton of money off of. And I'm just like, damn, dude, like I was, God, if you let me get the same chance, like I'll be so grateful. So yeah, it's fucking amazing and super dope. Yeah.
Yeah, to your point though, it's like that many dates back to back to back. You have to somehow perform, be there every night, and preserve yourself for the whole tour.
Yeah.
I got to see Doja Cat the very first night her tour started, and it's like a 2-year tour. It hasn't stopped yet. Yeah. And I'm seeing clips of what she's doing now, and it's different than what I saw. Yeah. She's had to adjust the tour as it's gone on. Yeah. And a lot of that, I'm sure, has to do with the fact that the way she went out that first time in Oakland on Halloween, she can't do that for 2 years straight.
How does she do? Like, it's just like a lot of
stuff?
She
was a lot of fire, pyrotechnics, hella energy, and like all these outfit changes. And now all the clips I'm seeing now is she's kind of in the same outfit for most of the songs. Yeah. It was just small little theatrical changes that they're like, we don't need to do a quick change here. There's no point to that. Like, They don't even give a shit.
Time constraint.
Yeah, they just want to see this. They just want to hear this.
Then it's like tiring for her because like people like because you always hear stuff backstage, like sometimes the outfit doesn't fit or the outfit rips, or imagine like how sweaty it is. They probably have to skip nights because like I'm performing this, but it's still super sweaty and things like that.
Dude, her butt's so big, 3 people got to hold the pants open. She's got to jump in them and then they just throw it up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's dope. But yeah, it's stuff like that. And then like also probably like the pyro, that's probably super expensive. Like let's cut that from away. Like
exactly.
Or like maybe like it got kind of close, so people like because you got to keep setting it up, and maybe it takes like a lot to set up, so you ain't got that kind of time. Like I remember 2 years ago when Bad Bunny fucking sold out the A's Stadium, and I was just like, you could sell out the A's Stadium? Also, that was the first time I see somebody use the A's Stadium for a concert that wasn't Monster Jam. Like I was like, it blew. I was like, wait, hold up. You could use the A's Stadium because also they always shit on it and talk about how terrible it is. And I'm like, so you're so big, you had to move it to the stadium and then still sold it out and then had to do 2 more shows because the other one sold out and then like how you said he was tired, like people was telling me they went, it was dope, but you could tell he was tired because he wasn't as like energetic and stuff like that as else. Then he still had to go to Vegas for 3 days too, and I'm just like bro, that's the
and Gravedigger never gets tired.
Gravedigger. They're like in my phone because I love Monster Jam. I think it's August 8th. I'm gonna go either Oakland or San Jose, and it's like and children's tickets are still $5. Like I love Monster Jam. Yo, my dad used to take me all the time. He used to take me to rodeos, Monster Jam, and A's games. So that's why it's always hard.
Monster Jam is peak of white culture, bro.
Really? My dad's from the country, yo. So that's why. Yeah. So like that's why I found it. It was like he's like, you go to Monster Jam? I was like, love Monster Jam. It was like, what? For real? I was like, yeah. So how long you been going? Which one was? I say I've been going since I was like 5. But then I had to get earplugs too, because like that should be loud. And that's why I think they do it outside more now too, because it's just so fucking loud.
Yeah.
And then my dad was like, "We're not gonna get close seats." I was like, "Why not?" I didn't realize that his ears was probably hurting for like a long time until I got older. I was like, "Damn, this bitch loud." I was like, "Ah, dang." So yeah, sit farther back. You can still see the people jump and stuff like that, but get earplugs because them things is loud. Like I remember, like I always like Gravedigger, main person you come, and like Wild Thing too. And then I like sometimes when they do like little motocross stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Bring out the trucks. Like, that's what I always want to see. Like Gravedigger. Like I lose my mind when I see Gravedigger. Like, yo, I was like, I remember I told my dad, I'm gonna grow up and be a monster truck driver. And my dad was like, nah, do baseball instead. And I didn't do it neither, but it was just because I just thought it was dope. But then I started thinking about it. I was like, yeah, they don't go on tour that much. They don't do that much stuff, but they tour all around. But yeah, peak white culture. I didn't know that was peak white culture, but yeah, that's
what else have they produced that's that much fun for everybody? Something that everyone else consumes that's that white? What, the county fair?
Yeah. And people love the county fair too. I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck the county fair, dude.
Why, dude? Why?
I fucking hate the county fair, dude. Dude, bad things happen there.
Like what?
Yeah.
Everything. I don't know. I hate it.
Thanks for that.
You got any stories, Noah?
Not particularly. I'm not a roller coaster person. That's what it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I got 2 roller coaster stories for you real quick. One, at the county fair, my cousin, I'll say his name because he's an asshole, Joe Elbert, you are a trash asshole because, right, we got on the, not the merry-go-round, but the Ferris wheel, the one that's going up like this, right? And he was like, man, it's me and his brother. And he was like, y'all want to have a good time? I was like, yeah, we want to have a good time. He was like, okay, cool. Starts rocking the thing back and forth super hard. Like, nah, we good. So all I kept seeing was the ground and then like somewhere like behind my head. And I was just like, no, no, literally thought I'm about to fly out because, like, you know how just fucking just going hella hard, and I'm just like, what are you doing? He's like, you say you want to have fun, and he just like, just an evil kid because he just like looking at you like, you scared, huh? You scared, huh? And I was like, oh my god, I couldn't wait till we get to the bottom. He was like, y'all want to go again? And it was like, no, and he was like, yes, they do. They lying to you. Don't believe them. And the whoever was working didn't let us out, so we had to suffer again for a whole nother round. And I was just like, oh my god, I was so dizzy and so scared. Good thing I didn't eat because I thought I was gonna throw up, right? But I didn't have to. I was just dizzy as hell. And then I tried to get off and chase him, but he was way faster than me, and I was dizzy, so I kind of like tried to chase him, and then like kind of stumbled and then fell. And it was like somebody was like, "Hey, yo, that kid is drunk," and I was like, "What?" And then he was like, he ran to his mom. He was like, yo, Corde trying to beat me up for no reason. Mom, I didn't do nothing. Don't listen to them. They are lying. Right? And then my mom was like, the way he running, he probably did do something. Don't listen to him. And then his aunt, or my aunt took up for him. Was like, nah, I believe my baby. My baby didn't do nothing. And then her son came up and was like, don't you ever get on that ride again? That was crazy as hell. Yeah. So you have a roller coaster story, Noah, or no?
Dude, I feel like my last relationship ended because of fucking roller coasters, dog. I'm not even fucking with you.
Okay.
Yeah, Splash Mountain, fuck that shit, dude.
Oh, snap. Okay. What happened there?
I cried a little bit, you know.
You cried a little bit on Splash Mountain?
Yeah, you know, well, it's more, I went into like more of like a shock kind of phase. Yeah, she wasn't turned on by that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hell yeah. Well, sure. I'll one up you. I got so nervous at the the ride at Marine World. I forget the name of it, but it's the orange ride that you see out there that's next to Medusa. I got so scared. Oh, because this is my mom. My mom does this all the time when we're about to get on a roller coaster ride. She was like, remember the time somebody got stuck on this ride and it was upside down for 2 days? I'm like, no. She was like, oh, well, we're about to go get on that ride right now. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to get on this ride. Like, she's dragging me. She's like, no, I don't want to get on this ride. She was like, you got to face your fear. I was like, I didn't have a fear until you mentioned this, all right? Like, it was crazy. She would always do this. Like, I remember we was in Six Flags over Dallas, Texas. It was like, you see this Batman ride? Super cool, right? Super dope. I was like, yeah, it seems super dope. She's like, did you know that there was a guy who was in line and then he was wearing a hat and then his hat flew off and it went over the fence. And it went over the fence and he was like, okay, the ride's not going. I'm going to go ahead and get it, right? And he thought the ride wasn't going. And then he hopped over, he got his hat and he looked up. And then as he was going, the ride went and the lady kicked him in the head. He died instantly and she shattered her leg in 20 places. See,
like, that's why, like...
Because Corde's mom lies to him? That's why you don't like roller coasters?
No, she wasn't lying. And then she'd be like, now let's go get on this ride. I'm like, why are you triggering me every time before I get on a ride? This is crazy. And so... back to the orange ride at Six Flags in Marine World. I'm super nervous. My mom's telling me another crazy story. Riders are going to get on it, but we got to face the fear of roller coasters. And she'd always tell me, you got to face your fear. You got to face your fear. And I was like, I didn't have a heightened fear until you told us about this damn ride, right? And so then I got so scared, yo. I got so scared that I threw up. I started throwing up from the fear of possibly getting on this ride. And I'm throwing up like everywhere. Like, it's just like, you know how you always see like somebody throwing up and it's like projectile. I'm like, that ain't real. I did that. Like, it was like coming out of me, right? And then all of a sudden, this is how weird it got. Storms started coming out of my nose. Like, it was this super, it was gross. But I remember it was funny to me because in the moment I was spraying somebody 5 feet away. So I was just like, what is going on right now? And so I had to turn to my cousin. He's like, And then my mom comes from behind me and I keep throwing up and then it's coming out of my nose still. She's like, what the heck was that? I was like, I don't know. I was like, but I'm not going on this damn ride. She's like, you threw up everywhere. You are going to get on this damn ride. And I was like, okay. So I got on the ride and then I'm just like I'm on the peak of it. You know how like the... right? And then I'm sitting next to my cousin, Joe Elbert, again, and he was like, hey, you better hurry up and get off this ride, otherwise you're probably gonna die. He's telling me this as I'm going up. I was like, you want me to throw up on you again? He was like, no, I don't want you to throw up. He was like, but damn. He's like, hey, I think your thing loose. they didn't come and double check it. Like, he's telling me all this shit. And I'm like, no, mommy, I want to get off this ride. Mommy, we're going to die. Mommy, we're going to die. Mommy, we're going to die. And I was like, I'm screaming the whole time. Had an amazing time. It was fun. And I was like, yeah, that ride was amazing. And then all my cousins wanted to kick my ass after it because I made this huge scene. And I was like, well, Mom, maybe you shouldn't tell people about the crazy thing that happens before you get on the damn ride. I didn't say damn, but I said ride. And then she almost gave me a whoop. She's like, listen here. And I was like, what? You want me to throw up on you again? Yeah.
Your family is fun. Sound like a real fun bunch.
Yeah. Super fun, yo. Super fun. But my mom was down because she would always take us to every single roller coaster when most adults didn't want to do that. But I can't get on that. My head hurt. My mom was always down. This is what my mom would do. Whenever we would go somewhere, besides telling us about how dangerous the ride was, if we went to a theme park, we would explore every single aspect of the theme park to where like your legs are certain because you're constantly walking around with my mom. She's like, yeah, I want to get on this ride. Which ride? This one or that one? This one or that one? Okay, this ride seems like it's too long. We're going to skip over here. We're going to go to this one. We'll come back. Anybody? And then we wouldn't eat. That was the one thing my mom didn't want us to do, mainly because I threw up the one time. But also she's like, if you eat or you drink too much, we're going to have to leave the ride, especially if it's like a 20, 30-minute wait. So you go to the bathroom. But then we had a system where if it was enough of us, we just keep going on the ride, and then we'll come back if somebody got to pee. But then people, going with you for the first time, be like, okay, we're not gonna get sodas because sodas make you pee. Most of the time, wasn't taking a dump or nothing like that. So it'd be like, so then it was always somebody who had to get the biggest drink possible and wanted to chug it all before the ride. So sometimes it'd be cool because on that ride they wouldn't have to pee. But then going in the line for the next one, they would, and they'd be like, oh, I gotta go pee. And then so we would go up, and we couldn't get on the ride without her. So we would just like people pass, let people pass. And then they'll eventually come and cut and come back, or we just holding a place in line. And people's like, no cutting. No. It's like, ma'am, we've let 40 people pass us. If you don't shut your ass up and just go and get on the damn ride, we all gonna be there. Like, it was like, actually, my mom was like, actually, we're not cutting because we was here at first. Actually, we would have supposed to have been on the ride, but I had to take my child to go use the restroom. So we're not cutting. We're letting you cut or the bunch of other people cut. We're actually just constantly catching up because do you want me to ride without my kids? Do you want me to lose my kids? As a mom of your own, do you want me to be able to just have my kids gone and stuff like that? And now I'm looking over the whole theme park for my kids, things like that. Do you want that to happen? Have you ever lost your child before? She's like, yeah, it wasn't good, wasn't it? It wasn't good. You was frantic. You was looking everywhere for him. It's oh my God, my child was good, stuff like that. I finally found you after 2 hours. Did you want that to happen to me? Do you want me to lose all my kids, huh? Do you want that to happen to me? And they was okay, I'm sorry. Go with your kids. Like, so yeah, that's how my mom.
Yeah, that's a good tactic.
That's a good tactic indeed. It was.
I wanted to give you the spot in line.
Yeah, exactly. So she would do that, and then so she was like, and then people would come over, like who was working there, was like, what's going on over there? She was like, this woman wants me to leave my kids stranded in line by themselves and wants to label me as a bad parent. That's what's going over here. She wants me to leave my kids anywhere. And it was like, ma'am, she can't leave her kids. You hear that? You hear the guy who works here? You don't work here, all right? I can't leave my kids, all right? I was like, okay, kids, now let's give them a ride. That's a dope concept. Like I swear to God, yo. Patrice O'Neal has a great bit about black women when you need something, like ask a black woman because they'll get it done. They are superheroes when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, dudes couldn't pull that move.
At all, because it just becomes angry. Especially a black guy, super angry black guy, and then the white woman, oh my God, he's being so weird. Oh my God, oh, this is crazy. So yeah, shout out to black moms out there. They be doing a damn thing. So, yeah. Where we at right now?
43.
Okay, cool. We cooking. Okay. Have you guys heard about the Chris Brown meet and greets? How much women are spending on the Okay, you guys haven't?
No.
Okay, cool. So Chris Brown has these meet and greets where they're fucking expensive. It's like $1,200 to $1,500. Like, or I think it starts at $1,000, right? And a dude broke off his engagement because Chris Brown was hugging his girl like a prom picture, like hugging her from like behind, stuff like that. He was like, this is why I'm breaking it off, because this is kind of crazy. This is super trash, right? And then there's been more pictures coming out of Chris Brown. Like, there's really one picture of a chick, like Chris Brown, like the chick is basically like, he's standing up and Chris is like holding her by her legs and she's like right here. And I'm just like, now that's the reason to call it a divorce off, because if you holding her like this and like she's facing towards you and she's like so happy because he's like around him like this, I'm like, Damn, like that is super crazy. Or like I saw another one, but that chick was obviously, she was like bent over in front of Chris Brown. He was just like this, and I'm like, oh damn. So, if a girlfriend or a girl you were dating went to get a meet and greet and she did something like that, would you break up with her?
I'd have to see the exact like picture to know, but like I do not like looking like a cuck. That ain't for me.
Yeah.
That never goes well.
Yeah.
And I know you said I look like one, but I ain't one.
You might be up for it, Jared. What about you, Noah? What about you?
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, you can't be like, have a guy like pretending like he's licking your pussy or something.
Yeah.
There's no.
Because the truth is, most girls would say, "Oh, it would be fine if it was the other way around," but like, it's not. That's not true.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna piggyback to. What artist would you take like a very like sexual photo with? Who was your go-to? I think Noah's a Sexy Red, but who would you go to?
That's what I see. If I'm in a relationship, I wouldn't do that with anyone. I would just take a normal photo because I wouldn't want to disrespect my girlfriend like that. But if I'm single, shit. No, let me pull out the laundry list.
Yeah, so who's some artists? Who's your top like female artist that you want to go see?
I want to get a picture with Doja Cat for sure.
Okay, yeah. That ass, yeah. What about Ice Spice? Do you like, because she has like a real nice ass?
I gotta be honest, she's not really my type.
Okay, so you like Taylor Swift, like flat ass?
No. Taylor Swift's not my type either, no.
Okay.
No, Doja Cat's beautiful. I used to think Katy Perry was really pretty before she chopped all her hair off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, my God.
Katy Perry was like my one, but then she got a little gnarly.
She grew it back though. She grew it back though.
Okay, then maybe.
Yeah, because I remember it was like here, then she had like that boyish haircut like Noah has, or a lesbian haircut.
Yeah. Dude, she's getting in trouble for all these like essay allegations now.
Essay?
Sexual assault.
Oh,
she'd be squeezing a lot of boys' butts and stuff. Like, not. I mean, it's always not the same. Right?
It's not the same.
But like, there's all these videos of her, like Charlie Puth, Justin Bieber. Like, anytime she gets her hands on these boys.
So no Katie.
I'm just saying. I'm saying if I take a picture with her, I'm gonna get in trouble.
You missed it. No Diddy. No Katie. It's no Katie.
I totally missed that. Totally missed that.
No Katie. No. No Katie. No Katie. No Katie. No. Hell yeah. Okay, I didn't know that, but yeah, Katie could always get it. What about you, Noah? Who's some?
I don't know. I was thinking about it. Maybe like Dua Lipa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's very beautiful.
She's very beautiful. I remember I saw Dua Lipa. Was that? Is she a writer? Who's she?
She's a singer.
Singer?
She's an Palestinian singer. She sings. She did a lot of her big song was in the Barbie movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay,
like the big dance number at the beginning was her song.
Okay, I thought it was no. I was my bad. I was thinking Camila Cabello. I think
she's very pretty too.
Yeah, she's cool.
Wasn't she like? Cause she started off like as a writer first, and then
I think so.
Yeah, so like, and she's like thick as hell. Like, so I remember I think her big claim to fame was that she wrote "I Love the Way You Lie," and then Eminem heard it and took it, and then put Rihanna on the hook, and then that was like a big song that blew up. And like now I heard she was like writing for like a bunch of different people too, and then she finally started becoming like a solo artist. And so yeah, my go-to, of course, is Adele. And I'm taking, if I'm doing a meet and greet, you talking about I don't want to disrespect my girl. So my girl gonna know that I love Adele. Like most people know I love Adele. People know I love Adele so much that they tag me whenever she's performing on TV. They was like, "Hey, Corde, I don't know if you saw this." I was like, "I didn't see this. Thank you so much. I'm putting a recording right now." Or I'll call my family. "Hey, can you do me a huge favor? Adele." I was like, "Shut up. Adele, your future sister-in-law, will be on ABC at 7 p.m. Can you record it?" I was like, "Okay. Make sure you record an extra hour because I don't want anything to run over because I heard it's like a baseball game before. So I want to just put it on there, all right? Because I need to watch this entire thing." Like I remember they did an hour of her car karaoke with James Gordon. I remember that thing. That was like the one thing that couldn't get erased on the DVR. They was like, "What can I erase on here?" I was like, anything but Adele and Naruto. That was the only two things. I was like, don't erase my Naruto and don't erase Adele. Those are the two things you can't erase, all right? Because they had the English dub finally, and I was trying to catch up. Like, I love Naruto to death, and they always be erasing it. And I'm like, no, don't erase it. He's like, well, there's a ton of them. These are taking up a ton of storage. I'm like, I don't record them in HD. I watch it on regular TV so it doesn't take up a lot of space, all right? Meanwhile, we got 20 episodes of 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, and stuff like that. I was like, I bet you if you erase this, I bet you we get free, like 20% free storage. And it was like, no, we won't. And I erased it, and then it was 35 actually. And then I erased the 15 episodes of Naruto and gained 3%. I was like, see, I don't record in HD because it's a cartoon. I don't need to see this cartoon in HD. Plus, it was made a long time ago. And I know how to save space, all right? So don't erase Adele with James Gordon, and don't erase Naruto. Also, the chick who could take all my, well, it's two other chicks I got to mention. Nelly Furtado is making a huge comeback. Thick Nelly, I love her to death. Like, I remember somebody was like asking me, he was like, damn, she get a BBL? I was like, no, dude, she just had kids and got thicker, got way more curvier. Like, she was, I think I posted it on my story, and the caption was, my queen. And somebody was saying, what happened to Adele? I was like, that's my wife. This is my queen. We're in a polyamorous relationship right now. I was like, and that's who it is, okay? And then my side chick who's in my polyamorous relationship is Cardi B. I would take whatever sexual kind of thing. Like, yo, like I remember if Cardi B could lift me up, which I know she can't, but I definitely would. Like every time Cardi B got cheated on, I wanted to become famous in that instant. So I go to the red carpet, like, who you here to see? Cardi B. That's it. I'm here to see Cardi B, like that. All her videos, especially the that wet ass pussy one. That one did something to me. But I remember I was like, damn. I was like, Offset, why you cheating on this her? And I was like, man. And I was like, I knew it was gonna happen. I called it. I was like, Offset and her together. He back and forth. He don't know if he want to be there. I was like, he gonna get her pregnant. Watch, he gonna get her pregnant. A little bit later, he got her pregnant, and then I was like, okay, cool. And she's like, I don't really know how things go with my baby father. Like, we trying to work through it, and it's like, I don't know and stuff. And I was like, okay, she ain't putting out no music. I was like, watch, she about to leave him, and they took a break. They about to get back together for one night. He gonna get her pregnant again. She got her pregnant again, but now they officially divorced. She got like probably got a little surgery. I don't care. That's my boo boo. That's my baby. Like, I don't care. That's my girl. That's my girl Cardi B. You know, you gonna be in a polyamorous relationship with me, Nelly Furtado, and Adele. That's gonna be my little threesome. Hell yeah. Yeah. Like, cause I'm gonna just let my girl know. Like, if I got the meet and greet that's $1,200, hey, you gonna be a cuck tonight. It's like, you really in front of all my friends? I was like, I told you before this relationship started that we was married, all right? You knew going in, if I met her in person, what it was, all right? There's like,
you were signing up for position 4.
Yeah, exactly. You signed up for position 4, okay? You gotta, it was Adele, Nelly, Cardi B, then you, okay? All right? You are 4. When they not around, you won. But if anyone will come around, you second. Now you know where you stay. I never lied to you. I kept it honest with you 100%. So hell yeah.
Read the contract.
Read the contract. All right.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But fuck yeah. I love Adele so much, yo. I love Adele so much. I talk about her in my stand-up, but it's super funny.
What's she doing now? Isn't she like have a kid herself?
No.
I'm getting her mixed up.
She has a kid from a pre-relationship. She doesn't have a kid currently. Okay.
She has a kid from her previous relationship.
And I called that too. Like Adele, it was around her 21 album. It was like Rolling in the Deep, right? And she was like, oh my God, I just love my husband. I just love my boyfriend. Like, she has a little like English. She's like, I just love him. He's so attractive. Average looking white dude. He was fat. And he was like 35 and a producer. I was like, oh, I know how this shit happened. They was working on music. She fell in love. You kind of, all that kind of stuff, right? And then she ended up getting pregnant by him. And then they got married. And I was like, I already know what to do. That's what old dudes do. Old dudes date a younger girl, they date for a little bit, get pregnant, get married, stuff like that. Especially and then usually her career goes different. Like, I just want to be here with my kids and my children and raise them because I want to be like a mother and stuff like that. And I was like, no, that dude trapped you. That dude, because you a producer. I never heard this English random dude, right? And then she and then she came back with the album 25 because also she had lost her voice during that process too. She came out with the album 25.
Screaming at her kids.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe screaming at him. And then she won like another huge tour, and it was dope as hell. And I missed it. I was so mad about that shit. But then after that, she had went through a divorce, and dude took her for like most of her money. Like, I think she was estimated to be worth $180 million. He got like 168 in like the divorce. And then, like, I know it's cheering. And then I was like, it's all right, boo-boo. Because I'm gonna pick up the slack. I'm gonna become this huge comedian, and I'm gonna take over. We gonna have several mixed babies, and you ain't gotta worry about this. All right, you can be singing, doing your shit in Vegas, and I'll be elsewhere, and then we can live in Vegas or live in Europe, wherever you want to go to, baby. We gonna do this world tour. I'll be selling out a Coliseum just like Bert Kreischer. You know, they gonna say I'm not the funniest, but who gives a fuck? I'm solid out here. It's me, Adele, Nelly Furtado, and Cardi B, and we fucking rocking the streets. Hell yeah, with our three. I'm gonna have like 9 kids. I'm gonna have 3 with each. I'm gonna have 3 with Adele, 3 with Nelly, and 3 with Cardi B. Probably gonna have 5 with Cardi B because she a damn freak. All right. So I'm like Adele's gonna be like, "What are you going?" And I'm like, "I'm just sneaking downstairs." So you going to Cardi B's room? And I was like, "Yes," because when I walk in there, she gets me up. But yeah. So yeah, but so this how territorial I be of Adele. Cause she was like, she got a kid, right? I was like, no, all right. Cause people will say, I have a joke about Adele. They'll be like, isn't she married? I'm like, no, we're not doing that. She is not married. I don't see no ring. Like, is she dating Rich Paul? Currently, but he is short and I am not. All right. It's like, but that's LeBron's like agent. I was like, another reason to hate LeBron. Like, I hate LeBron more than Rich Paul is associated with her and shit like that. Also, I hate it when people start finding Adele attractive when she got super skinny.
Right, she got thin, didn't she?
Yeah, she got super thin. I hated that. Like, Adele, to me now, I love her to death, but Adele now looks like, or when I first started seeing her skinny, she looks like an extra in an Austin Powers movie, right? Like, that was like, I was like, it's nothing. It's like she's not as unique as she was before. Like, I remember she was on the Tonight Show, and it was like peak Adele. It was like peak. She was like, you know, a little chubby or whatever, right? But I still loved it. And then she started like losing weight and got like perfect, like thick, not skinny, not big. It was like perfect right there. And then she kept losing. I think she lost like 80 more pounds. And I was like, but then, you know, she just came super skinny. And I feel like sometimes when chicks like get super skinny, it's like great health wise, but then sometimes you lose like your most loyal fans, you know? Like who's a like if Doja Cat
she did get real thin. She's currently the thinnest she's ever been. If you go back to when she was put out Juicy, and she was I mean, she didn't lose her butt, but she definitely looks way different. I almost forgot that she got so skinny. Yeah.
Imagine she like got skinnier and lost her butt.
You know, she's still Doja Cat. Still Doja Cat to me, dog.
That's a white guy saying that shit. Hell, yeah. It's then worse than when a chick loses weight and loses her ass. It's like no. It's like you succumb to this white pressure. Why?
Her heart rate's finally in the Green Ranger. Like, I don't give a fuck. Where that donka.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about you being healthy. Like, I swear to God, if I was with if I'm with Adele and she's like losing weight, and then her doctor's saying like, hey, you know, we need you to lose a little bit more weight, and I was like, first of all, doctor, my woman is thick as hell. She was. Don't you be bringing that negative shit in my household, okay? All right, you don't know how good that thing is, all right? You don't know how good that thing is, all right? We ain't gonna be doing this, all right? You ain't gonna be putting this craziness up on us, saying she need to lose a ton more. I was like, what? How you keep your curves, all right, doctor? I don't want her to lose her curves, okay? We ain't losing no curves around here, okay? You want her to be skinny and frail and shit like that. You like Paris Hilton, huh? You want these chicks like Paris Hilton or built like Taylor Swift, was nothing but bones out there, all right? We ain't skinny bones out here, all right? We're a little fat. How you like your steak? You like it what? You like your steak well done, don't you? I like my shit medium rare, all right? And I like my chick stick, all right? I like my chick stick. I like my steak medium rare. We don't want none of this bone shit, okay? All right. Hell yeah. I'm passionate about this stuff, y'all. I am passionate.
Oh, we can tell.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I'm hot as hell right there, because when I get passionate, I get super hot and sweaty. It is super dope. Where we at right there?
We're at 58 minutes.
58 minutes. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up with this. Matthew Stafford's wife, all right, out here spilling all the tea for nobody. She was talking about she was dating Matthew Stafford when they was at the University of Georgia, right? And she was like, she liked Matthew, but she said like he wouldn't commit, or she was like, she loved and hated him and stuff like that. And then so they broke it off because she didn't know she wanted to be with him. Then did some fucked up shit and started dating the backup quarterback, all right, who was on the same team, right? She's like, Matthew was a nice guy, was a gentleman, and the backup wasn't that. I was like, I don't know why chicks love a bad boy, all right? And she started dating him, and then like I found out they was roommates. So she would come over and like chill with the other backup quarterback and stuff like that. And then Matthew went and got in her car. It's like, Matthew, get out of my car. It was like, Matthew, get out of my car. But also at the same time, she was like, it's working. He's getting jealous. It's like, he's not right for you. And he's like, yes, he is. You shouldn't meddle in my affairs, right? And they eventually get back together, and now they have 4 kids together. But I'm just like, what the fuck? Like how you talk about being a cuckold? Like that was something. I'm like, you dating the backup to make me mad? Like I felt like
you'd be unattractive to me if you did that.
Very much
shit.
so.
I'd be like, I'm not even into you anymore.
I'm not into you.
You're one of those girls. Like I don't need that. I don't get why dudes want problems in their life.
I don't get it either, man. I don't get it either. Like it just makes no sense. Like, and then also your teammate's shitty too. Like we talked about this before. Like your she-mate titty. Yo, she-mate titty.
Yo, she-mate titty.
Yo, she-mate titty. Hey, name of the episode is Yo, she-mate titty. I don't know. But not like your teammate is shitty for doing that, for dating it. And that's how you always say like some teammates ain't as close. Like y'all on a team, like ain't y'all close? No. Like, we got little pockets here and there, especially you. Everybody know your girl and you show up with her. And I'm just like, yo, that's terrible as hell. But that's what bad boys do. And then she's like, now we're happy, we're together. And I'm just like, why would you share any of this? We didn't need to know that. We didn't know that's how y'all relationship was. We didn't know how that's how y'all came together. You broke up with him to make him jealous, and now he actually cared. Like, I never get that. Like, oh, you do care about me. Like, girl, yes. Like, why you got to test me to see if I really care? That's
because they tried testing their dad, but he never came back from the store.
And that's why they hate milk. And with that has been the Corde Snell Show. Did you get your hour of Corde this week? If not, make sure you check us out. Make sure you check out this episode, episode 20. Make sure you check out our old episode as well, episode 19, and a bunch of other ones that are super great. I'll be dropping more long form clips on both of my YouTube channel, the Corde Snell, and the Corde Snell Show podcast YouTube channel. Check out both. Subscribe to both. If you like this video, or if you like this podcast, share it, tell your friends about it. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. All right. Also, if you have any comments and you want to send us an email, if you're happy to know us back and you wonder what this lesbian haircut looks like that he has, email us at the Corde Snell Show at gmail.com. All right. And that has been the Corde Snell Show, and we're out.